Welcome back to Umina Beach for the New South Wales state titles, proudly presented by Clubs New South Wales. Well, Phil Clayton, we're starting to get to the pointy end of the competition now for the women. It is the Open Iron Women coming up right now.
Tough race. It's been a long weekend at the state titles. These guys have been in many events, and this one here we're combining our three legs, our board, our swim and our ski, to find out who our best is in New South Wales. Here's
some of the starters. Catherine Conda from Allura, Georgia Miller, she's had a big weekend already. Rachel Creer from Manly, through to Taylor Piskarik from Wanda, Madison Pryor from Warilla Barrack Point, and Mika Kasuki from Manly. Some of the starters who will line up here in the Open Iron Woman final. Well, Clado, they'll start things off with the swim, and Georgia Miller won the open swim here this afternoon. She's going to be one to look out for in this opening league.
Most definitely. With the swim being first, she's going to try to explode out of the gates, get out there in front and try and hold on to that. She's an outstanding competitor. She's had a fantastic weekend here at the titles, and it's great to see the youth coming through and backing up and doing the open events.
Yeah, certainly is one of the rising stars of surf lifesaving, not just in New South Wales but Australia. Plenty of medals in both the under-19s and the Opens. I'm sure she would love nothing better than to finish it off with a win in the Open Iron Woman this afternoon.
Yeah, it is a great way to finish the state titles. We can see there she's out in front with, looks like Terrigal there, Rachel King there on the bottom side. That's the south end, trying to catch up. She's a very noted pool swimmer, so great to see her working her way up as we see Georgia Miller there looking up. She's pulled away from the field. Fantastic start for an Iron Woman. She's got 2 more legs to go, and she's getting right out there in front.
Yeah, got a rating up, sitting nice and high in the water, looking very good. Put a little bit of a gap on this field already, probably about 2 or 3 lengths. Back to the girl, Rachel King, I think you said, from Terrigal. Georgia Miller looking very comfortable in this opening league.
She certainly is there. Georgia Miller out in front. We've got second, Rachel King there. Zoe Elkerton from Shell Harbour, followed by Lara Moses there from Newport, having a great swim, trying to hold on to the tail of Georgia Miller, but man, she's swimming well.
She certainly is. Hannah Minogue just on the heels of Lara Moses as well. And then it gets fairly congested as the rest of these swimmers head round the cans.
It's a funny thing, doing a race when you're a young kid. As under 19, she's had so many races here over the weekend. It just doesn't seem to bother her. She backs up and goes in the open and treats it like any other race, and she's pulled away from the field.
What is going to be very interesting here, we know that Georgia Miller is a very good swimmer. Obviously her tactics here was to take this out nice and early, but can she sustain it through the board and ski legs? We're going to find out very shortly.
One of the main things you talk about when you're an Ironman as a coach, you tell your competitor that if you can pull away in the swim while they're still swimming and you're running, that's the one spot that you're going to make a real difference. So the goal is to get up and run and gap them as much as you possibly can in that swim leg.
We'll certainly put a gap on them right now. Can she pull herself a little wave? Just falls off the back of that. But Georgia Miller now will be looking for a little bit of something to help her get over this or get up onto the shore. A couple of swimmers there hot on the heels. Lara Moses again. Also Zoe Elkton from Shell Harbour. She's still in the mix, as is the girl from Terrigal. But at the moment, it is Georgia Miller. Nice, comfortable lead. Just starting to wade away back into the shore. She'll get up and get those legs pumping right now. And here we go, Clado, as you said, she's up and running. She's in the driver's seat right now.
This is where the gap opens up. You can see those girls still stuck in the water as she opens that gap right up. That means that when she gets onto the next leg, she's got plenty of time to negotiate. What few waves are coming through today, but fantastic swim by Georgia Miller.
Yeah, got ourselves a nice handy lead here at the moment as she head out to the board. Looks like Moses in second, King in third, Elkerton in fourth. But as we see Georgia Miller, she picks up the board, heads into the water. This is an important leg for her now.
Amazing. They've done so many races over the weekend, yet they make it look like they're got so much energy. They're exploding through the shore there as we see Rachel King pick the board up under her arm, wade out through and try and get a nice glide, a couple of bunny hops, and on she goes.
So Rachel King, a bit of work to do now if she's going to catch the Manly girl, Georgia Miller. Up on the knees and rating nicely as she heads out towards the can. Hannah Minogue in the water now, and she's going to try and contest this lead. Rachel King there. Hannah Tripaz from Swansea Belmont, and now it's the rest of the field. See if they can try and catch Georgia Miller in first, but also try and get into the top 3.
Tough day to get out there and catch someone with a lead like that. Look at that. She's broken the field there. She's put a nice gap in between them, laying down on her stomach now. Just getting the oxygen in there, trying to relax a bit, get the arms working. Big thing there, trying not to kick the water and slow herself down as we see the rest of the field bunching up with our Newport girl in second, and I think that might even be Hannah Minogue who's made her way up through.
So Georgia Miller with such a lead that she's got here now, all important no doubt to just maintain her form. She's got a great lead, no doubt about it, but she needs to maintain this form and she will be the Iron Woman champion.
Yeah, she's just made her way around those black and white cans, which is the board turn, but don't forget she's still got the ski leg to go here. Just back on board quickly there with Rachel King. I was right, there's Hannah Minogue. She's worked her way through. She's had a huge transition to pull up alongside Lara Moses there from Newport. Fantastic job by Hannah as we look back. We've got Shell Harbour, Terrigal. We make our way back to, I think that's Allura there, or Wanda, and Swansea Belmont.
Georgia Miller gets back up on the knees now, gets 2 arms in the water. She's got herself about a 10 to 15 metre lead now on this second and third. We say needs to maintain the form here. Rachel King now back on board with her, but Hannah Minogue and also Lara Moses. This is going to be a great battle for second and third as these 2 girls town the cans and head into the beach.
It sure is. The great thing about Ironman and Iron Women racing is that it's not just an individual leg. These guys have got to back it up after this and do their ski leg. So, as we see here, Georgia Miller gonna bust it right open again. Look at that lead. It's absolutely massive.
And that's what she needs now. Gets a nice little runner, gives it a chance to take a bit of a breath, rest the arms a little bit there as she's up on her feet. A little bit of a stumble. She goes through that little bit of a channel as she heads up onto the shore. But look at that lead as she heads up onto the beach. She will turn this flag one more time, get on the ski and head out for one more leg here in the Iron Woman final.
As we saw her running up the beach there was quite a nice wave that came through with the tail markers there. I think we're going to have about 4 or 5 people vying for second place here. Yes, I was right. Look at that. A heap of the girls caught the wave there. So this is going to be a great finish for second and third. Georgia Miller jumping on there. The handler there was Naomi Flood. Champion Iron Woman, an amazing ski paddler. So probably put a few nice words as we see Rachel King and Zoe come around the corner there.
So the battle is well and truly on for second and third. That is Hannah Minogue, Lara Moses, Taylor Piscaric, Hannah Tripaz from Swansea Belmont and Madison Pryor from Warilla Barrick Point. They are the ones who are going to contest these minor placings now in the Women's Iron Woman final.
Nice smooth transition there by Hannah Minogue, jumping on one foot in then straight in with the other one. We can see the girls there to the left and the right as we go back to Georgia Miller, who's just bolting away with this race.
Well, Clado, it's been a massive weekend for Georgia Miller. She's built up an enormous lead in this Iron Woman final. What must be going through her mind now?
Well, the great thing is when you're on the last leg and there's not too many waves there to knock you off or impede you, the pain barrier sort of subsides, it drops. You know, you're starting to realise that you're about to win the state open Iron Woman race, and the enjoyment side of it comes into play.
Yeah, she certainly can enjoy this as she heads for home. Back on board now with Hannah Minogue, the girl from Bulli, just picking that rating up a little bit as she moves into second place. She's got looking at Georgia Miller in front of her as she turns the cans, but Hannah Minogue looking good for a medal here at the moment. Bit of work to do with the chasing pack.
She makes her way around now to the apex cam. We can see the crowd there back on the beach. Back on board here with Hannah Minogue, trying to keep those pedals nice and still, driving with the heels as she comes up with that first turn, dropping it down nice and fast. They've now gone into Indian file, so Hannah Minogue's had a great ski paddle there.
Looks like Madison Pryor from Warilla Barrick Point, she's moved into third place, just in behind Hannah Minogue there, so a great back into this race for her. Struggled a little bit in the swim, but she looks like she's well and truly in contention for a medal.
Yeah, great little battle out the back there. We can see Hannah Minogue coming up to that turning can. Straight behind that is Madison Pryor from Warilla Barrick Point. We haven't caught her too much in this race, but great to see her finishing it off there. We can see the purple ski in the background as they make their way back to the shore. Georgia
Miller. She's had an outstanding carnival. Plenty of gold in both the under-19s and opens, but isn't she going to enjoy this one? She can just cruise her way up to the beach now, knowing that the chasing pack is a long way behind her. You can see that shot there. No one within sight as she tries to pick herself up a little runner to try and get herself right through to the beach.
Let's look for that smile. She's got a nice big smile, and I think she's realised now that there's not anyone that's going to be in contention for her. We see a little bump coming through there as he goes past the water safety.
Yeah, there is the big smile from Georgia Miller. She's going to love this as she heads up to the beach. There's a handler, Naomi Flood. No doubt a few words of encouragement for her. High fives all around. Here she comes up the beach. She's been the golden girl of this carnival, Georgia Miller, and won't she love this? Plenty of cheers from the crowd. The big smile from the young lady from Manly. Georgia Miller, what a superstar, a rising star of surf lifesaving in Australia, and she will cross the line as the winner in the Open Iron Women Championship.
Big battle on here for second. Looks like Hannah Minogue out in front. We've got Madison Pryor bringing it up from Warilla Barrack Point. It's going to be a tight one.
Pryor's pumping those legs, but it will be Hannah Minogue who hangs on for second. The girl from Bulli on the south coast, Madison Pryor from Warilla Barrack Point, she finishes in third place. Well, Clado, a great battle for second and third, but can take nothing away from Georgia Miller. She was simply outstanding.
Most definitely. She had enough time to go up and get a coffee there. It was quite a race, wasn't it?
Absolutely outstanding. Hugs all around. And here is the final results in the Iron Woman. Georgia Miller from Manly in first, Hannah Minogue from Bulli in second, and Madison Pryor from Warilla Barrack Point. She finishes with the bronze medal.
Oh, I really am. I don't really know how I did it, but I just got out there and did what I knew and stuck to what I knew, and I'm so happy to come away with that, really. I know my swim is my strong point, so I've always got to use that, whether it's second or third in the iron, but being first, I can just get out there and rip in, and yeah, I did that, so I was really happy with it. I just kept pushing the whole way in the ski because I knew that I had Hannah coming, and she's a great ski paddler, and to even be in the field with her, I mean, she's in the Nutrigrain, it's massive, so I'm really happy with it.
Well, Georgia Miller, our Iron Woman champion for New South Wales in 2014, an outstanding performance, simply blowing away her opposition to take the gold medal here this afternoon. Our attention now turns to the big team event here in the state titles, the Taplin Final for women. Clado, this is the one that every club wants to win.
Most definitely, to finish a carnival off with your teammates and compete in the Open Female Taplin and take away a win makes you quite excited about getting the Australian titles.
Taking a look at a couple of the teams taking part, Manly C team, they've got 3 teams in here this afternoon, Allura and also Wanda, Terrigal, Queenscliff, Redhead and Cronulla. Over the page now to our final teams taking part in this one, Manly, Allura and Queenscliff. Well, Clado, a big field in this one. They will start off with the swim. We saw Georgia Miller. She's just crossed the line in the Iron Woman final. She now jumps in to lead things off for Manly.
Don't you love youth? When you're young, you can do these things, backing them up. Not an issue at all. There's a lot of blue caps out there. I know we've got 3 teams from Manly. I think we had 2 from Allura. Fantastic to see so many girls in here swimming, but you can't miss that stroke there. I think we know who that is. Georgia Miller out in front again for Manly, just having a great start with Rachel King, I think, there from Terrigal, sitting in second with maybe even Manly C or B in behind them.
Georgia Miller, we went on a little bit about her in the Iron Woman, but fatigue's got to be starting to be a factor for her now. She's had a massive weekend, but I suppose this is it for her. Nothing left to do. She will throw everything at this one.
Yeah, she approaches the red and yellow can right now. She's got about a body length on Terrigal there. We look back, we've got Cronulla sitting in third there. We'll try and call some caps out here. I think that might be a Queenscliff cap there in fourth. As we look at the rest of the crew bunching up there, tight around the cans with that many starters, 21 girls swimming for the one spot. It's hard work to get around that can without knocking into everyone back in the field.
Well, this is looking like a carbon copy of the start of the Iron Women event. Georgia Miller has taken this out, has got a few lengths lead on the rest of the field, with Rachel Creera and Naomi Flood backing this up for Manly. They're going to be very tough to beat.
Yeah, there's not too many waves like we said today, so it's going to be a straight out race, and endurance is a big thing. It's been a long weekend. These guys have done numerous events, and we saw, and I know we talk about it with Georgia, she's backing straight up after that Iron Woman, but by the looks of this, this girl is extremely fit. She's just powering away there in the first leg.
No doubt jumping out of the water, we'll see that big smile as she comes around these flags. I'm sure she'll be thinking as well, she'll be happy to rack the queue at the end of this and have a little bit of a rest. Terrigal coming around there in second. As we see Georgia Miller, she'll go down and tap her partner, Rachel Creera. She picks up the board and heads in the water for Manly. Well, an outstanding swim and really sets this race up now for Manly.
Yeah, there's a nice gap there now. We look back, we've got Terrigal sitting there in second. We saw the charge of the Light Brigade coming around that flag before, as we look at a Newport girl jumping on a board there. Allura, North Bondi, that's Queenscliff sitting back there. So still pretty tightly bunched there as we look at Cronulla, Queenscliff, North Bondi, Newport, another Allura team right next to each other. We've got a fantastic battle going on here for the minor places, but out in front, Manly. Wow, what a team.
So Rachel Creera out in front now for Manly. They've got themselves a great start through Georgia Miller in the swim league. Rachel Creera had a tough board here this afternoon. She'll be looking for a big race here to finish things off. But the Terrigal team, hot on their heels right now. Manly not having it all their own way.
She's closed that gap, I tell you. They had quite a lead going in there, Manly, and now that Terrigal's sitting right on the tail there as we see Cronulla coming around in third spot. And here comes a wave for Terrigal. Look at this. Terrigal's about to pull over a wave.
They certainly have. She's going to come up alongside Rachel Creera now. So it's going to be a sprint race here as they head into it. Rachel Creera just picks up that wave now. So these two competitors, Manly and also Terrigal, they will work this all the way into the beach. The sprint will be on.
Look at that, Terrigal up first. First person in most races that gets up wins the sprint. They've got one leg to go. They're going to come around the flag here and tag their ski paddler. Terrigal out in front. Manly in second. Oh, look at this. Manly battling back to get up there to tag the next paddler.
Well, that was a super performance by the Terrigal crew. We see Rachel Creera now. She will tag the New South Wales Women's Ski Champion, Naomi Flood. Clado, that is the person you want on your team in the final leg of a Taplin.
These are those moments she thrives on. She loves being under pressure. She loves having to pull out one of those paddles and get the team through. As we see her exploding off the beach there. Look at that power. She's pulling away from Terrigal with every stroke.
What about that power, as you say, off the beach and that rating from her? She has just blown the Terrigal girl out of the water, quite literally.
It's a tough thing, you know, when you're in a race. It's the last day of the carnival. You've done numerous events and you're standing next to Naomi Flood and you're about to get tagged and you've got to challenge her for your team.
Yeah, she's an absolute machine on the ski. The girl from Terrigal, she's not giving up as well. She's pushing hard, but you can see Naomi Flood got about 4 or 5 ski lengths on her as she turns the cans and heads for home. You can see that rating has dropped back a little bit, but a nice rhythm in her stroke now as she heads for home. Manly looking fantastic in this Taplin relay.
She's done an amazing job there. The Terrigal girl just been missing that little runner that came underneath her now. Looks like Naomi's sort of switched off a bit there. She doesn't have to work too much. A runner's come. You see her picking the rating up there. She's going to pull over this little bump here and have a nice easy jog in. Probably get a couple of high fives off a friend as she goes in for the open female Taplin. Great finish there on the ski from Naomi Flood.
She's a state and Australian champion, an Olympian as well. An outstanding athlete. Naomi Flood gets up on the feet. Georgia Miller picking up the ski for her as well. She'll enjoy this. Girl from Terrigal, she's going to come in second. But Naomi Flood hits the sand first. She turns the flag and heads for home. What a performance by the girls from Manly as she cheers on a big Manly contingent that's down on the beach to cheer on these girls. Clado, what an outstanding performance.
Yeah, they're a strong team. They've got every area covered as we see Terrigal make their way across the line here. You know, when you have a race with 3 legs in it, you set it up in the first, which they did. They followed it on with their board, and then to have Naomi Flood bring it home on the 3rd leg is just, it's great fun.
Cronulla now hit the beach. They're going to finish this race in 3rd. North Bondi, they're coming up in 4th, followed by Allura. And as you can see now, the girl from Cronulla, she will cross the line and wrap up a bronze medal for the team from Cronulla. It is now North Bondi. They will finish in 4th. And the girls from Allura, they come in 5th, followed then by Coogin Headlands. That is our final result. Manly Team A, Terrigal, Cronulla, they make up our top 3, followed by North Bondi, Allura and Coogin Headland. Well, girls, congratulations. Taplin winners, firstly to you, Georgia. Another swim for you, another great one as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to get out there and do it for the girls. I mean, they do work so hard at training, and yeah, to do it for Manly is really great.
And for you, Rachel, setting things up at the end there for Floody to bring it home.
Yeah, well, Georgia had such an amazing swim, and I was really lucky to get that lead, and then unfortunately Terrigal caught a wave, and seems to be happening all weekend. But luckily we have Floody as the last paddler. I knew she was going to kill it, so.
Kill that you did, Floody. It was a great win for you guys, but a great win for the Manly Club. I know it means a lot for you.
Yeah, we came here with with our numbers down this weekend, so we knew we had to have a good showing in the girls' arena, and Georgia swam the house down all weekend. Rachel paddles her guts out on a board, on her guts, and we have a real good go, and we love racing team events, and to do it for the Manly Club. They're so supportive of all of us, and you know, we love where we live, and we love the whole movement of the club, and great to give back to them and the future of the sport.
It's been an outstanding carnival for the Manly girls. Congratulations to them once again taking out this women's Taplin final. Well, coming up very shortly, we have the Open Ironman plus the men's Taplin final. You're watching the New South Wales State Surf Lifesaving Championships, proudly presented by Clubs New South Wales.